First, we want to talk about where you are now. So it's the beginning of 7th grade. We're looking at our first quarter of instruction, and you took the MAP growth test last week. So I would like to take a look at your scores and talk through with you how you feel that you did. How do you feel about the test for reading? How did that feel?
I felt fine.
Okay. Anything particularly challenging or easy that you noticed?
Not really.
Okay. So your overall score for reading, you had a RIT score of 213. So let's take a look at what that means. That shows that your achievement was at the 47th percentile. So if you think of 100 7th graders all lined up in a row, you scored as well or better than 47 of them. How do you feel about that?
That's good to know.
Okay. Is that surprising?
A little bit.
Okay. How would you think you would do?
I thought I did better.
Okay. Your growth was pretty close to the same. So if you line up those same 100 kids, you grew as much or better than 45 of those kids. So pretty close to average, kind of right near the middle. I would like to see your growth be a little higher and challenge you this quarter to just try some new things so that we can see some greater growth over the course of this year. So if you look at the instructional areas, let's talk about how we're going to get to there. Do you have any particular goals for yourself for reading for this year?
Not really.
No? Okay. So we're going to be having these conferences to talk about goals every quarter. And so this quarter, I'll help set the goal with you. And then next quarter, I'd really like to have more of your input on what ideas you might have based on the learning we've done so far. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So instructional areas. We have literature, vocabulary, and informational text. Which one do you notice is your highest?
It's informational text at the
Okay.
bottom.
217. So a little bit higher than your overall score. Which is your lowest?
It is literature.
Okay. Do you like to read?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Do you tend to read fiction or nonfiction more when you do read?
Fiction.
Fiction. Okay. So that's what literature is, right? Fictional text. So we're going to be working on a novel in class together, so you'll get some practice in class. But I'd also like you to be getting some practice in reading on your own, because there's no better way to become a reader than to read, right? So you'll have some opportunities to have book discussions in class, and you'll have a small group that you'll be working with. But I also want you to just do some reading on your own, and hopefully a book that you really like, because I want reading to be something that you enjoy doing. Are you reading a book right now?
Not currently.
Okay, so can you pick a book to read, or would you like me to help pick a book for you to read?
I could head down to the library and try.
Okay, that'd be great. Do you think you could have one picked up by Monday?
It's a possibility, yeah.
Okay. So if you bring a book to class on Monday, I'd like to take a look. Because this is an area where we want to see growth, I want it to be a book that challenges you just a little bit. So an author that maybe has a really good writing style or uses some really strong vocabulary, that are things that could help you just have some opportunity to read some really high quality literature. Okay. So your goal for this quarter will be to read, let's say, one book by the end of the quarter.
Okay.
And then we'll meet again at the end of the quarter and talk about what your next goal for second quarter will be. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I think that sounds fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.